Hello, everybody, and welcome to what did I do like a Let's Play intro? Good.
What's up, everybody?
What is going on, everyone? It is your... Oh, fuck.
It is your weekly podcast, the best.
Top of the morning to you, laddies! Sorry.
Just start blurting random YouTube
How's
intros.
it going, bros? My name is PewDiePie.
Hello, everybody.
What's
Voice
up, everybody?
Critic
I'm Markiplier.
This is the Kiwi Burgers podcast. The name is subject to change. I don't think it will. I think we all got it pretty set. Go kill me. So let's talk about.
I know vaguely where you live.
Vaguely where I live.
That's enough of a threat to me.
I think it'd be easier to find our co-host in New Zealand.
Easier? Nah.
Yeah. I mean, New Zealand is a small place.
Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. My name's Logan, the first host to speak. And then we have our New Zealander. His name is Math.
Hey guys, it's Math. I am indeed from New Zealand.
And then we have our Californian,
Ew.
also known as David.
Killing myself.
The Kiwi Burger
You don't
podcast.
have to tell people that.
Well, I'm saying where we're from and why our name fits with it. I have to justify
okay, my
this.
name does not fit with it because my name is biblical, and this place is not looked upon by God.
We've only just started.
It's going to be swallowed by climate change the next 3 years. You don't got to worry about it much longer.
Like, if I ever move out of this state, I'm going to turn to salt if I look back.
Oh, fucking A.
Oh, all right.
Hey, man.
Since he had, I had called out his state. I live in the wasteland of Arkansas.
And
The part that developed internet.
I just live in...
Not-
I just live in Wellington, which is a city.
You
It's a nice
got a
place.
home address? You got a home address you'd like to share?
I don't have a house. I'm coming to you live from a hobbit hole.
Dan is approaching your location rapidly.
No!
Start running.
Who told him?
So
Oh, no.
first on our topic agenda is Darktide. I feel
Yes.
like that is very fresh on our minds and ready to be discussed.
Oh yeah.
What do y'all think of it?
Well, when I first started playing it, I crashed halfway through a mission, which happened. But then the second time went better. I will say, like when I was doing the first mission, the second mission I guess I did was it was the chasm term. No, it was the train station assassination one. Hey, that rhymes.
Mhm.
And I remember like we just left the spawn. I looked out and I was like, holy shit! And I was just looking at a hive city. I felt like I was actually in a Warhammer game. They nailed the look, and it was. I actually felt like I was in a hive city, and yeah, the devs just nailed the Warhammer look. I spent like 5 seconds, or like even longer, just staring at what I was looking at because it was just fucking amazing. It was beautiful, to say the
I
least.
thought the visuals were fantastic. David, I think you got the most experience of us with it.
In fact, you just finished a mission. did you not?
Not with visuals, because I'm running that on low settings.
I met with the game entirely.
Well, yeah.
What is your opinion?
I am really waiting for the full release, because there's a lot of content they have behind that, which I think is probably the smartest thing they could have done, doing a pre-order beta as they have.
Mm-hmm.
And doing it
just-
and giving us a drip feed of content.
Yeah, and then we're going to get the full bit later.
So what do you
The
guys
main
main
thing-
as?
I
sorry.
typically.
I was going to say,
Oh.
the main thing that I'm waiting for with the full release is the different careers, because there's so much they can do with that. Because right now we only seeing veteran sharpshooter, ogre and skullbreaker, psychonetic,
Yeah.
and the zealot preacher.
Yeah,
I feel that there's a lot more they can do with each of those, because obviously with the veteran you can have like a specialist using different special weapons, focusing on use of like plasma or melta guns being added to the game would be cool.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
you could have
imagine
better
if you had a heavy weapons expert, veteran, and his special is he pulls out like a deployable, deployable gun that you just have to man. Like you set it up and then you shoot from it.
For the way that game plays, I doubt that would be the case.
Yeah,
but I
I
could
think,
see
like-
it being like a Catachin veteran who just who just has a heavy bolter as one of his weapon options.
I mean, that's
Because he
that
can
guy
do
does
that.
exist. That's Stone Tooth Harker.
Yeah, Sergeant Harker. My thing is, I think seeing an Ogren with a ranged specialty would be a bit more interesting.
Yeah, that's an Ogren give him like a big autocannon, and there'll be like heavy weapons guy from tier 2.
Yeah, because right now they have access to a twin heavy stubber.
Yep.
And I would like to see like perks dedicated around using the heavier guns, or maybe a more dedicated Bulgaren that's based around tanking. However, something that I think would be really interesting is because of the Psyker. I feel like they could really twist it up, and so right now we're seeing the Psykinetic, which is just telekinesis. They're using just the Force to break people's heads open. But I feel like a Biomancer would be really interesting, because now you could actually, unlike in Vermintide, you can actually have a dedicated healer whose abilities heal the party. Like, maybe they could, like how the Psykinetic, instead of having a grenade like everybody else, or throwable, he has head pop, brain blaster, or something like that. Where you just choose a target, hold it down, and then when it's fully charged, you just do a bunch of damage to him, and it could kill him. But instead, they could have, for a Biomancer, have it be like a minor heal, and have the ultimate be like it can cleanse corruption on a player.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty sweet, yeah. In regards to your question of who we main, I've been maining the veteran and the Ogren, but I might try and do a Psycho at some point because I feel that's very underused.
Yeah, I would say of all of the classes, Psyker's the underused.
Yeah, I've only been in like a handful of games, actual Psychers. Most of the time.
Yeah, I see Psychers often enough. But I see a lot of preachers.
Yeah.
A lot of zealots.
I was gonna say I see a ton of preachers, and I thought I would love the preacher the most, but I'm not the biggest fan of that class. I think their special's a little overrated. But I main as the Ogren, so I can't say much. I just sort of run and knock enemies over.
Yeah.
I've been maining veteran. I've been maining veteran right now. However, and I thought my second was going to be Ogren, but I started playing a Psyker, and it's pretty wicked.
Me and my brother started some Psychers together, and we named them after the protagonist and the antagonist of Wizard City. So
I forgot you named him after the two like headmasters of Wizard 101.
Yeah, I'm Malistaire Drake, and he is Merle Ambrose. It's so funny.
I went off another friend of ours. I went off his naming convention and named my Psyker Zeke the Mystical.
Oh yeah. I named my Ogren Obelix from Asterix and Obelix.
Gutron.
My Ogren's name is Bulldog.
It's a good name.
I think I'm not gonna say my brother's Ogren, but it had us in a cackling fit.
Oh, it looks so awful.
It's miserable.
Some say that the reason that Ogren was in prison is because he caused the death of 50 million people.
Tao said he was going to play a very specific themed music over it the next time he's on with everybody.
Oh, no.
And it's going to be
terrifying.
so funny.
Yeah.
Like that 50 million and one.
No, my veteran sharpshooter's name is Chad Thunderclock.
Mine is
I
just
thought it was clever.
mine is just Malleus because I use that name a lot for like Warhammer shit.
Carrick.
Mm-hmm.
I
And then,
I other
Eric
than my
McKay
sector, I tend to
or-
go for very. I like lore-friendly names. In
Yeah,
games.
me too. Honestly, that's what I usually go for, except for objects because I can help myself. But yeah, usually I do the same.
Well, I didn't really know what to do because I didn't. I could have pulled a lot of different lore-friendly names, but I was like, "What's going to make me stand out?" I guess. What do I want to
Oh.
be?
Yeah, I mean, I've come across ogrins. There's an ogrin I saw whose name was Shrek.
Ah, that's a good one.
I've seen Biden on there. I don't want to start any politics, but it looked just like Biden, and it made me laugh really hard because the
That's
game
good.
lets you do that.
Like, or there was another ogrin I saw that his name was Supersized Barden.
I actually I went back and played Vermintide a little bit because I was like, the game's very similar.
Yep.
And they added a new campaign to Vermintide. It's a free DLC, and I thought it was pretty cool.
Okay.
All I could say is that I like the mechanics of Darktide better, but Vermintide is still fun. It's
Oh,
also
yeah.
scarier after you play Darktide, because in Darktide all the enemies are usually in front of you, or you're hit with a wave and they start crawling around or whatever. In Vermintide 2, they just straight up jump you.
Oh
Like
yeah.
they just fall all over you and they just crowd you.
Well, yeah, because the difference is in Darktide, all of the enemies are humans with tactics, where in Vermintide, half of the enemies are Skaven, whose entire mindset is "fuck it, we ball."
Yeah. And then you got like
Yeah.
Chaos Warriors and Beast.
Yeah,
Actually, there's
Beastmen, they're they don't jump you, but they don't have tactics either.
Actually, I will bring up a little fun fact that I've apparently learned. Apparently, in the mission where you go to cleanse this radio transmission tower, it's like the dusty place, like that's
Yeah.
actually outdoors. Apparently, there is a Skaven icon graffitied somewhere on the map. I haven't
I
seen
thought
it.
I saw it.
Yeah,
I thought I saw it, and I until you said that right now, it didn't even register.
Yeah, I only learned that like this morning, so I don't know, I could be wrong, but apparently
Little
there
did
is one
we
in
know.
there.
The Great Horned Rat. Shard of Nurgle.
Yeah, I think it might be interesting to see a Skaven like make a little cameo like that. That'd be funny, I think.
That would be super funny. Could you imagine mowing down wave after wave of Skaven as they run at you?
They get a taste of their
Yes,
medicine.
I've played Vermintide.
Yeah, I've played engineer Barden before.
Yeah. No, the thing is, I think the reference that we'd see is like that is we see the Skaven triangle drawn
Yeah.
in game. But I think it would be funnier is if every once in a while you'll hear like a Dreg or a Poxwalker start talking like a Skaven.
Oh, definitely. Or like we see, because the what that Xenos race, they used to be depicted as like rats, so maybe we could see something like that.
That'd be definitely interesting. Or that it'd be pretty funky for the characters to complain about like a small rat infestation, and since we're on our downtime, we can go like investigate it. It ends up being just this huge ordeal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do it similar to like a holiday or like a once a year event, similar to how in Vermintide they have, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like an event where all the characters just get super drunk
Oh yeah.
and you learn a bit about them. I think that would be a cool one to reference Skaven.
Oh yeah.
Something
see
else
that.
cool, thinking about stuff they've been teasing, is how throughout the beta so far, the characters reference ratlings a lot.
Oh yeah, they do.
And I'm really hoping that that's a hint that the first like DLC class is going to be a rattling sniper.
That'd be That'd be hilarious. That'd be great. Like, imagine like, because I'm planning to school, they could like flying around places. Like imagine like just doing that shit. That'd be great.
That'd be
It's
awesome.
just so tiny.
Yeah, exactly. Better yet, actually no, I do have another question. What do you guys think if at one point like they have like Chaos Space Marines as bosses? Because like I personally wouldn't be a fan of it because they'll just mow you down easy. Especially if they were lore accurate Space Marines. But what do you think about that?
Well, I definitely think that it would be, it'd be interesting because they couldn't be the size of monsters. I imagine it'd be
I
more
think
a
you're
boss.
underestimating how large they are.
So I think it'd be more of a boss than a monster unit.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
he's talking about.
That's mainly what I'm talking about. Because like if they showed up as monster units, would be enough that they'll just like cream the fucking player base.
I'd say it has to be on like heresy level threat
Yeah.
because you're not
I
sending a
don't
bunch of
even say,
level.
like,
You're not
the
sending
di-
a bunch of level 1s in there to take down a space.
Well,
a Chaos
because the way
Space
the game
Marine.
works, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Hmm.
The mission's
Yeah.
the mission, but it would be an assassination target, definitely.
Yeah.
I think an ogre could take down a Chaos Space Marine with enough grit.
Yeah, I think they could. There's been like lore. There's been like I think there's been bits of lore where they do that.
Especially if there's the rest of the squad is causing problems. He'd be hard pressed to ignore him.
Just imagine 4 psychers just all using their brain blast on him.
Imagine 4 ogre and just standing over him, just, like ripping the armor apart like a fucking sardine can.
Just 4 ogres just kicking him when he's down.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny. But yeah, what are some other sci-fi series that you guys enjoy?
I've actually I'm really into BattleTech now. I've been getting into that a lot recently.
It's old, but
Oh yeah, well I mean
it is great.
Yeah, but they've also got like all the MechWarrior games now, which are pretty fun. Like MechWarrior 5.
All
is
the
a back-
MechWarrior games now. MechWarrior 4 came out in like 2004.
Yeah, well MechWarrior 5 is like 2019, and we've got MechWarrior
Yeah.
Online.
MechWarrior 5 came out 3 years ago.
Yep.
MechWarrior 5 is fantastic, though. I love it.
Yeah, it's a great
I
game.
used to binge play it with some of our other Discord buddies.
That is true.
I
And-
wanted to play it with people. We played it for like 2 sessions, 2 days in a row, and then maybe once every 2 months.
Well, I sort of lost track on it because my computer was slowing down rapidly, and I couldn't play it anymore, so I just stopped playing it. But I still have it installed on my computer. I still find it fun. I'm notoriously known for putting every weapon on one button, and also always taking the heaviest mechs available to me.
So stupid.
So everybody, there was a lot of memes about me pressing
striking.
the red button and just immediately shutting down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to explain this, when you put a mech together, you start with the base mech, and they have weapon slots. And once you have your weapons equipped, you can then choose firing groups. So, based on your control scheme, you can press a single button, and it can fire multiple weapons.
Yep.
Or, another thing you can do is fire things in sequence. So you can set up, say you have 3 medium lasers, and you don't want to fire them all at once because it builds up too much heat, so you have them fire in sequence. So
Yeah.
now, when you hold that button down, it'll then fire them in a burst.
Yeah, I do that with
This
the awesome.
motherfucker has every weapon set to a single button press. So he goes from the average of like 15% heat from just moving to a single shot sets him to 60%.
Oh, much more than that. I had like 2 large lasers and like 2 LRMs going at the same time and a PPC.
Oh, because you didn't even fire the LRMs in sequence.
No, the LRMs are both at once.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I would play the what's the heavy long range mech?
The
again?
Stalker.
Yeah, I'd play the Stalker.
That's an
and I'd
assault.
have an
That's
LRM
what
build.
upset me, by the way.
That's an assault
More than
mech, by the way.
anything.
But I was so
That's-
good at it still.
No,
That's why That's
I've
why
actu-
Haydog kept letting me be his.
That's
His
why,
stalker.
as soon as I joined, he gave me the stalker. Because
Well-
I used it properly.
Oh,
No,
no.
I just
Yeah,
all at once. Go on.
Like, okay,
So I've
like
just
first,
I've got
if you're running
oh,
an LRM stalker, so LRM long range missiles, you have two very large, usually like 15 to even LRM 30s, and then you have, I think, like one or two medium lasers and a large
Yeah.
laser, and the purpose of the lasers, that's meant to be your small target and medium to short range attacks. Everything else you are hitting at insane range with the LRMs. Now, the way you're supposed to fire them is have them set up in sequence, so that way you can fire one blast, or you can fire both blasts. That way you can conserve heat for targets that need it. And you are conservative with your shots. Not because you have too little ammo, but that way you can maintain combat effectiveness.
Yeah.
This guy burns it all at once, and then has to sit there for like 30 seconds waiting to cool down.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, there's a little override button, I think.
There is,
I
yeah.
remember that.
Especially
There-
got like
yes.
the clan mech mod, yeah. I will
But
say,
if you overheat, you do damage to your mech.
Should have put some money into insurance.
Yeah,
I
hard.
guess.
I will say, I've actually come up with a pretty cursed mech build. I've invented the shotgun archer, I call it. I just take out the LOMs and just give it SRMs instead. And I will tell you, it's SRM 6s with plus art 4 something. I think that's what they are. And so I can go up to a locust and just one shot it with a missile barrage and I can fuck up
On
like
what?
pretty much
On what mech?
an archer.
Oh, yeah.
Typically,
I
it goes a long
love-
range, but it's so good. But it sucks on MechWarrior
I-
Online. I'll tell you that though.
Well, yeah, because like with even the stalker can be built into a short range brawler.
Yeah, but I
Well-
don't recommend trying it out on MechWarrior Online because I just got my ass kicked. I also I've also found out a way to make the awesome a rapid firing PVC boat, which is fucking fun. It's a good time doing that. It's like you just hold it down and then like the way you were saying it without overheating. And it's just like I once got like maybe I was doing a Warzone mission, got up to like 14 net kills. It was
I
beautiful.
absolutely love brawler builds because
Yeah,
I
brawlers
like
are
just
my favorite.
running at the enemy.
Yeah,
and
like
just
that.
doing a stupid amount of damage.
Yeah, and that's even better because like when the Call of Arms DLC came out, meaning we could get like fucking axes and katanas and so what have you. It's just that's even better. You can just like tank damage, and then as you get up to them, just slap them with an axe, and boom, you're good.
Have any of you guys read the BattleTech books?
I read the wiki pretty frequently.
I don't
but,
know how to
I haven't
read.
read the books. No, I haven't actually read any of the books.
I've read Chronicles 1 through 6, and they're real short. They're like 2 hours of Audible a piece.
Oh yeah.
But it gives you a good look at the different houses and stuff. I'm House Steiner all the way. I think they're metal as fuck.
I actually fucked with the clans, to be honest.
The clans are pretty cool, but they're I don't know enough
So
about the
as
clans
House
to pick
Steiner,
one.
you like being on your knees for Big Daddy Davion?
We make the heaviest mechs.
Have you seen a Steiner Scout Lance?
All king crabs.
Atlases.
It's just atlases.
Yeah.
House Davion uses skill and tactics. Just overwhelm them with PPCs and LRMs.
Yes, sir.
And with Atlas's, like, oh, you got in close? Well, I have fists. I will take your pilot's cockpit and rip it out with my bare hands.
I'm just gonna kick you over.
Yeah, stupid
Like
little
a-
trash can. Get out
like
of
a-
here, Irby.
It's funny in
could
the
you-
in the tabletop game. I think mechs are way more mobile than they are on MechWarrior. Like you can actually you can legit kick over mechs, but you risk
Oh, yeah.
yourself over in the process. That's always been funny to me.
I've always wanted to see like 10 Irbies against an Atlas.
I need to go find an image to show you guys, but there's this image that shows, I think it's an Atlas and some other mech that I don't remember.
I know the one
But
you're
it
talking
goes,
about. It's punching.
yeah,
it.
it's like,
Punching
oh no,
it.
it's an
Yeah.
Irby. It's like, why? It's just an Irby. He's got a 20. He's got an AC-20, and everyone's just running.
It's funny.
I wish,
It's outrageous.
go
Urban mechs can like fucking take a nuke missile with them sometimes. Like just a straight up nuke.
A long tom?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I don't think so.
Well, no,
I think an AC-20 is the largest that an Irby can take.
Well, it's not in the games because that'll be OP. But I'm telling you, there are urban mechs that take a nuclear missile with them.
You know, I think MechWarrior 5 would benefit from a PvP mode.
Well, that's what MechWarrior Online is, I think.
Well, the thing about MechWarrior Online is you have to like progress and actually like upgrade your mechs. I think in a PvP sense, you could just put in whatever, as long as you set a currency limit, so that you can buy certain mechs and upgrades, but you can't just have the best of the best.
That's what you do in MechWarrior Online as well, though. Pretty sure. It's just it's kind of the same way.
I thought you had to actually like buy mechs.
Well, I mean, you
and
do, but you do that in
buy
MechWarrior
upgrades.
5. You do that in both games.
What I mean is like a pre-established amount of money. I don't know. Sorry, I'm reading David's little comic here. Is that
I saw
trash can? He's got an AC-20.
Urban mechs are lethal. They are dangerous.
The only other thing in our podcast references channel is Math in a maid suit dancing in front of an anime poster.
That's my ex's place. Okay, that's it. I still have the dress. I won't deny. I still indeed have the dress. She gave it to me for my 22nd birthday. It's a good looking dress. I won't lie, and it's funny to bring out on occasions if there's like a fancy dress party. So
I think it's scary how much effort you put into the design.
well, you know what? I take things. If I'm gonna do shit like this, I may as well just go for a hog and just like fucking send it.
Go whole hog.
Yeah, just go. You know what? It's a fucking shit post. I don't give a fuck. I mean, if someone says, "Oh yeah, I've got a video of you in a dress," I'm gonna blackmail. I'm gonna be like, "Bitch, I put that dress on willingly. What are you gonna do?"
To be fair, I see a lot of those videos on TikTok of that really ginormously built black guy in a dress.
Oh yeah,
It's always a cutaway too.
And I love that because, man, that dude juicy. I'm telling you. Oh God. Just saying.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. It's
no, TikTok sometimes has some bangers.
yeah.
Oftentimes
Take a minute,
it has
cool off.
has a lot of stinkers.
It's got some hot golf girls.
Because TikTok shows you exactly what you want.
Yep.
Builds your algorithm. But for some reason, it thinks I like those videos for 10-year-olds where it shows like the slime being played with over a clip of a show.
Oh yeah, those are so weird.
And I hate those. I hate those so much, and it keeps trying to show me them. Because it's like, maybe you'll like it. And I'm like, no, I don't like that. Show me the cave diving guy. He scares me, but I love it.
I don't.
Because he crawls through those caves, and he's like, if I breathe in this section, I'm going to get stuck. I'm like, God, quit doing that.
Yeah, it's just like a fucking adrenaline junkie. The TikToks I will say I hate are the movie recap ones because like they're always recapping these like really generic, these really niche movies no one's heard of with like some whack ass voiceover and this really stupid music. It goes like or some things.
I really hate those and the ones where they alter the audio to be higher pitched. That's like it's like they'll do a movie review, but it's higher pitched and a little faster or a little slower or something.
Oh yeah.
I think we can really condense down everything that we don't like about TikTok into pretty much every TikTok cringe compilation you can find on YouTube.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I get a lot of carpentry stuff, like people going in and building stuff or restoring things. I like those.
Do you know what's funny? Speaking of cringe compilations, I actually a few months ago I was watching one of them, and I see this person who I actually know in real life. I actually hung out with them. I actually saw one of their TikToks on it, and I was like, what the fuck? And it was just her, like, filming two of her friends, like, going, oh, these two weirdos are making a TikTok. And it was
I'll
just...
see you all in the next TikTok cringe compilation.
Yeah. It was really funny.
It's all three of us going to be in a dress.
On those cringe compilations, a remarkably high amount of them is just, like, people's parents who have nothing better to do.
Yeah. It is weird, like, especially...
It's definitely, it's inspiring though. You watch TikToks and you go, "Wow, I wish I could do something like that." I watch these. There's this comedy one where it's these two Australian brothers or whatever, and they sort of they banter back and forth about certain things.
Is it Lachlan?
I don't remember their names.
Yeah, I think I know the one you're talking about. It's like Lachlan and Josh. I think their names.
They're very famous.
Yeah,
I was gonna say for a second I was like, they're not Australian, because I thought you were talking about the Voros twins.
No.
Oh, the voice. Those guys are funny. They're pro wrestlers.
Yeah,
very cool.
They know the characters that they play, and they do it well.
Yeah, they are very good at doing that shit.
I still think my favorite one they've ever done was, it's a video where this guy, he has a soccer ball and he kicks it out of the house, and it goes right through a tiny window, and then it cuts to the Voros twins on their couch, and there's just like a 3-second delay, and then they look at the camera and go, "What? Did you think it was gonna hit us? No, we're just playing Fortnite." And they turn back to the TV, and last frame, ball hits him in the head.
Yeah, that was fucking fun. I laughed at that one. That was funny as hell. My personal favorite was when they did videos like saying a disaster happened during our AEW debut, and it's just them coming out on the stage and they're going, and then there's like the CGI missile that hits them, and an explosion happens. That made me fucking laugh.
Yeah, it's just like the cheesy, like, royalty-free After Effects.
Yeah, exactly. It was that. I was like, no.
So funny.
Divorce twins.
The one thing that I've gotten from TikTok that I really want is there's a movie called Skinamarink. And I'm told that it's like the scariest movie to come out recently.
How do you spell it?
Like it's SKINAMARINK.
Oh,
Skinamarink.
Two children wake up to find the father is missing and all the windows and doors in their home have vanished.
It's like an analog horror movie. So everything's in like a VHS film grain. And they have like this weird voice in the background, and it's the trailer terrified me. I'm gonna be honest. We gotta watch
take away
this
from
together.
this movie. However, I did see a post somewhere earlier today where somebody was, somebody was showing old footage, and they said, "Wow, this really has an analog horror feel." And somebody says, "Gen Z kid experiences VHS film for the first time."
No. Well, analog horror is its own specific genre.
That's like Blair Witch, isn't it?
But here's the thing. The video footage was an old video that somebody found from their childhood where they were with a camera recording their TV screen when they were playing Sonic.
Oh, yeah, that's not analog horror. That's just... That's Gen Z kids being Gen Z kids.
Amen.
Well... me and you are the same age, Math, right?
Yep, 22 years old, isn't it?
Yeah, we're both Gen Z.
Yeah, I mean, I was born in 2000. I remember we used to have a video set. We used to have them videotape players.
There was a point in time where if somebody ever came up to me and said I was born in the year 2000, I would say, "You're not real. Get out of my dream."
Now that's
David,
me
how
when
old are you?
25.
So 1997.
We're dating ourselves for this podcast, especially if we do this for a while.
Cool.
Aye.
So I'll be like 28 and I'll rewatch this first episode and I'll be like, I was young.
Yeah. I used to have like video players. Those were the good days. Those were fun. felt like authentic, doing that rewind shit, and I was like, how the fuck does this work?
The occasional time where the film runs out and you have to pull out the pencil.
Oh no, I didn't have to do that, thank God. There was like, the big blocky videos.
What?
Oh no, I was talking, the big videos, not the Oh no, actually no, to be fair, I was like 5 when this was happening. I don't remember shit when I was younger. I think
Yeah, 'cause I say VHS just it has recording tape inside.
Oh, it
and
does?
It could unravel, and that's what. Yeah, because when you hold a VHS tape and you look at the bottom, those 2 white circles,
Yeah?
when they go into the VCR, that's what spins, and it reads that tape.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's how the VCR worked, and that tape can run out, and sometimes it's just not fixable because it can get damaged.
Alright.
But if it doesn't get too damaged and you manage to get it out of the VCR in one piece, you can just re-tighten it.
Oh, alright.
Yeah,
And that's why I
it's
say
just,
the pencil, because usually a pencil was a perfect fit for inside those white circles, so you could actually wind it.
it's just like a film reel but condensed.
Yeah. And unlike a film reel where you hold it up and you can see the frames, it's just a black tape, but it's like super fine detail. It's a scanner. It reads.
When I was a kid, I was lucky enough to skip the VHS stage because it was still a big medium back then, but my parents were kind of higher tech. So I had this super bulky brick of a TV. God, it weighed so much to me as a kid. Nowadays, it's probably like 35, 40 pounds. But it was it's smaller than my monitor. It was so tiny. But it had a built-in DVD player, and that was the coolest thing as a kid.
Yeah. I had the similar TV, but it had the built-in VCR.
I remember as a kid, me and my brother had like a preset movie collection. So here's the movies we watched. We watched the SpongeBob movie, the first one, the best one.
Mm-hmm.
We watched Over the Hedge. We watched the original Ice Age. We watched the Cat in the Hat movie, the live action one. I remember we had a lot of DVDs in our drawer at the entertainment center, but a lot of them were my parents' movies, and they told us we couldn't watch them, but we watched some of them anyway, like Scary Movie. They had like the Scary Movie collection, and we watched a couple of those. And I didn't know why they were funny as a kid, but I watched them now, and I get them now, but they're still not funny.
Yeah, that's always the beauty of coming back to like things you watched when you were younger, and like when you miss them out as a kid, and then you come back and you get them as an adult.
Oh,
that's always
Shrek
been funny.
1 and 2. I had Shrek 1 and 2 as a kid. And
Bangers.
Shrek 2 is still one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's a total banger.
It is just fantastic. The best rendition of I Need a Hero of all time.
Hard out. I agree.
But yeah, I feel old nowadays just because I see a lot of Gen Z kids walking around who grew up with smartphones.
Oh yeah.
I didn't get my first smartphone until I was in high school, like freshman year of high school, and I had a Samsung Galaxy S3.
What the
And that was
hell?
That was the coolest thing because the only other piece of technology I had before that was I had a phone, but it had a cool pull-out keyboard, but it wasn't a smartphone by any means. All it could do was call and text. And I had an Amazon Fire, or a Kindle Fire, and the only thing I ever did with that was watch porn.
I just gotta.
Actually, you know what's funny?
We're only 3 years apart. We were in high school at the same time.
So,
Jeez.
Like that's how short of a difference we are.
That is buzzing.
But when I went into high school, the cell phone I had from freshman to to junior year was a Motorola Razr.
Okay, but that was the shit back then.
What do you mean back then?
Back
do you know
then.
Do you know what's
Back
funny?
then, the iPhone 4 existed.
I was actually the last person in my family to get an iPhone. When the iPod Touches came out, or whatever Apple called it, I actually my three siblings, they got iPod Touches, but I got like a Nintendo DS because I didn't want an iPod.
Like,
I was like, I want a Nintendo,
what
and then I went on having I think I just had like a really, I don't know, I think it was like a off-brand Nokia phone, not like the invincible ones by any means, but like it was small, it could only text and call.
Well, no, because
I think
the
intent-
Nokia
the intent- yeah.
2310s, those were dated for me.
Yeah, but yeah, I was the last person in my family to get an iPhone because I think I finally got one in 2016, 2017? Yeah, sounds about right. Because I just didn't give a shit, and it was only when my phone broke that I say, okay, I'll get an iPhone.
That's the thing is, I was using a Motorola Razr, a phone that came out in 2007, up until 2014, when I think it was my mom had upgraded to the new phone at the time, which I think was like the iPhone 5S,
Oh yeah?
and I got her iPhone 4. That was when I finally had a somewhat up-to-date phone.
Well, my family works for a company that pays for their phone bill because they also use it for like a work phone. And so my mom was always able to get us on the 2-year upgrading plan.
Oh yeah?
So just every 2 years I was able to upgrade. Because I upgraded from the Galaxy S3 to the S6. And then the Note came out. And then I started using the Notes. But no, I've always been a high-tech family. We've always had the good stuff.
It's actually funny. I've actually I'm now actually the only one in my family who doesn't have an Apple thing. I'm not on the cloud anymore. I've actually switched to an Oppo, which I'm pretty sure is just Android, because like iPhone fucking sucks when it comes to batteries and other shit. So
yeah, I have the currently I have the this might date this podcast too if in the future they come out with the Samsung Infinity or whatever, just some stupid number.
yeah.
But I have the S22 Ultra Plus. It's one of those cameras that you could take a picture of the moon and you could count the craters.
Oh, nice.
I love this phone, and I gotta say, I'm thankful for it every day. The battery life can last me 3 days on a single charge.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how I use it, but yeah, relatively.
That's a good thing about phones that aren't Apple. They at least make the batteries last.
And here's the thing about Samsungs too, is back in the day, Apple's just used to be better than Androids, but nowadays a terrible Android is still better than more than half the iPhones.
Yeah, it's unfortunately
like
though,
if you were
just...
gonna ask me if I wanted an Apple 6 or an iPhone 6 or like a $200 Android phone, I'm picking the $200 Android phone.
Yeah, me too. They're just cheaper and they're better in general. Unfortunately, Apple just has such a monopoly over things. It's just you won't see anyone beating them.
Caldor, how are those gray hairs coming in? By the way,
I don't get gray hairs. I get white.
we're skipping to white.
Yep, I'm skipping straight to white.
You've aged.
There was no Balrog fight scene. It's just white.
Yeah. I looked it in the eyes, and I died a little inside.
Oh.
It's funny. For any for any consultation, Caldor, I played with a Nintendo 64 until I was 14.
I've never played one of those.
The 64 is a sludgy console at best. It's got a handful of good games.
It's actually got a lot of good games on it, but for the ones that are most common, it's a handful.
Objectively, a lot of good games, but
Yeah.
Personally, I didn't like a lot of those games.
However,
Luigi's Mansion scared the absolute shit out of me.
that
as
was
a
on
kid.
GameCube.
Oh, that wasn't GameCube.
That was
I haven't
a
played that
launch
either.
title for the GameCube.
Okay, I did play the GameCube as well. Hold on. Wait, yeah, okay. On the GameCube, I also played Pokemon Colosseum. But I used to pronounce it Pokemon Colosseum because I was a kid and didn't really think it through. But the 64, I had a game called, like, Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Let me see if I can find it
What
real
the fuck is that?
quick.
I'm posting these images for you guys. I had one of these.
What is
at one
that?
point. That is an old Mac.
Yeah, that's a Mac.
Jesus.
That's a Mac 2.
Yeah, it's a computer.
Why is it blue?
That's how Apple
Okay,
products
what-
were.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Why could it not be blue?
I don't.
Came in different colors. In fact, mine wasn't blue. Mine was purple.
I'm just saying, like, usually a computer monitor tends to be one color.
That's
Wait,
not
no,
a
that's
monitor.
not your, that's like the whole ass computer, isn't it? Yeah.
That's
the whole computer and monitor.
Fucking A.
And you know the one thing I remember on this thing more than anything? Playing Pajama Sam.
Yeah, you
Pajama
guys are definitely mentally older than me because I didn't know any of this shit. When I was young, I was like fucking throwing myself out of barns. I was like going full Jeff Hardy.
Nightmare.
That's what this if you ever look up Nightmare Creatures on Google for the Nintendo 64, I played that as a kid and it was scary.
Look-see.
For some reason, my grandma owned it, and that's why we played it. and it's rated M, by the way.
Oh wait, I think, Nurgle. I think he streamed this. He played an emulator of this a while ago, and it could not function.
It was
None of the controls were good.
The game is awful. It's got tank controls. The enemies hit way too hard. It's just awful.
Like this is. Let's put it this way: at this time, From Software was already making better versions of this game.
Yeah. I played F-Zero X. I love that game. And I also played the Kirby, the Crystal one. Let me look it up real quick.
Actually,
And the Crystal Shards.
I did have a little idea we could discuss for the podcast.
Yeah, of course.
Wondering, what do you guys think about AI art?
Ooh, that's a good topic. I'm a little worried about the ethics of it.
Oh yeah.
But I absolutely love AI art. I sit on the Wonder app and just do the most bizarre things with it.
Yeah, I mean that's my opinion as well. Like it looks good and all, but yeah, I'm just worried it will end up cutting out the middleman. If you know what I mean? Like it might like put it just risks like the jobs of like small artists, like other artists, that sort of thing. And it'd just be like,
Sorry to jump in on this, but I was wondering why Nightmare Creatures looks so familiar to me, despite having never played it. It's because it looks like the Bloodborne demake.
Demake.
Yeah, they there's a project out there where they were completely remaking Bloodborne to play as if it was a PlayStation 1 game.
no.
Ooh, that sounds awful.
There's an image from it.
I see it in our references. Look up Bloodborne Demake if you're interested.
I think it had a
But-
release.
I think when it comes to AI art, art's such a competitive field anyway that it only makes sense that people would want to. I don't know. I guess whenever you commission from a person, I guess you know that you're going to get what you want as long as you are as specific as you can be about it. But when it comes to AI, I just feel like it's eventually going to be a paid-to-use service, right?
I think it already
like-
is for some places.
People aren't going to just give you the software for free, especially if they can monetize it.
Yeah. I will say I've just posted a link. My other issue is how some artists are actually having their art taken without permission and used to train these AI things, and that's a bit of controversy right there because you're just taking someone else's art without permission and using it for an AI to draw it in a similar way. In that sense, and they did this with a South Korean. Let me see if we can find his name. Cartoonist, I think it was. Kim Jung-ji. I'm not sure how to
Yeah, and
pronounce it.
he just passed away recently.
Yeah, he did, and some guy actually took his art and put it into a AI generator, and without permission of his family. Oh, Kim Jung-ki. Okay, sweet. And yeah, so someone just took his art without his permission and just put it into an AI generator, so people could make art in his style, which is kind of a bit fucked because, as far as I'm aware, no permission was asked to do that.
Yeah, that's pretty shitty. I mean, you always got to give credit where credit is due. What I'm trying to figure out is the legality of it.
And like the funny thing is the guy who made the generator expects credit for when it's used, as if he drew the art or something.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah. Artwork by Holly Mengert or Mengert. Huh. Yeah, that is unique. It's scary how far AI and technology is going.
Yeah, I mean, like just this time last year, AI art, we were going on like Dream.io and just putting in random things to see what came out.
I wonder how AI porn's gonna work.
That would.
Why is that?
It's already is. I mean, I've seen images of things that have been entered and have come out horribly wrong. I'm scared. That's what I'll say.
Well, the highest paid art nowadays is porn, like very niche, like furry porn.
Especially
those people make a lot of money. So
because somehow furries have a lot of money. This is what we need to find out.
Just suspiciously wealthy furries.
Every doctor, lawyer, and businessman's
like
furry.
I saw a post earlier today where somebody says like your average furry will sit there and say, "Ooh woo, I am baby, no thoughts in head." Meanwhile, they have a doctorate in like chemical engineering.
We need to do a study and just find out how the fuck furries can afford all this fucked up art.
Because they are high-paid jobs. They are all like insane researchers or surgeons.
Like you're gonna get invited to a high-class business Elon Musk meeting at some point, and everyone's gonna be wearing a fursuit.
Oh no! If that happens to me, I'll just kill myself right there and then. I would. I just could not stand that.
It's just somehow they just always manage. It's like a crackhead. They don't ever say they don't got money for crack. They find a way. Furries don't ever not have enough money for stuff. They find a way.
Yeah, because they realize those suits cost thousands of dollars, and they need to have an air conditioning unit inside. So they're gonna go out of their way to go through 7 years of school just so they can get a job that can pay for that and not hurt them financially.
That's dedication, though. I got mad respect for that.
We respect the grind. We got to respect the grind.
I respect that grind.
Yeah. It's just fucking weird.
8 years of school, 12 sometimes, and they go, I need that blue, pink, and purple neon foxy suit with internal air conditioning and jerk-off unit.
I've just googled how much a fursuit tends to cost on this thing called Lemon Brat. I'm going to use that as a source. It averages between... Bear with me 1 second. Yes, blah blah. I don't want to see this shit. Just tell me the price, man. Alright, so like the hands and paws alone. Regular hands are $350. Puffy paws are $450. Bappy and I don't know what that is. Feral paws $550. Small large plastic paws plus $45. And if you want extra large plastic paws, that's an extra $105. Sleeves are $195. Leg sleeves are $250. Of the bodysuit now. Plantigrade bodysuit is $1,850. A Digitigrade grade, thank you. Bodysuit is $2,150. A wide plantigrade is $2,250. A feminine bust adds $350. Masculine muscles is $600, and extensive spots and stripes adds $2,000 to $7,000.
Yeah, someone really gets their tax return and goes,
I'm not done. Tails are $165, or tough to knee length. Knee to ankle is $305, and a dragging tail is $400. Is that all? Oh, wings as well. So small wings are $350. Medium back wings are $450. Large black wings are $850. Arm wings are $350. Feet paws $400. Standard feet paws $500. Stompy feet paws $600. Fursuit sandals $175. Small claws are like it's the same thing as above for the sleeves. So in total, you're looking to spend like less than $10,000 on a single suit, give or take, maybe like $5,000.
that's just a lot of commitment and effort.
And the heads are the starting price for heads is $2,045. I didn't see that.
God damn.
So for the heads alone, that's $2,000.
Good lord.
Who the fuck affords this?
Doctors, lawyers,
Yeah.
biochemical engineers. I
Okay.
think Calvin listed this off.
Oh god. Yeah, well, he did. Oh god, there's a list of the most expensive fursuits. Are you ready?
Yeah, come on.
Number 10 is a Doberman mutt. That's $10,200. Actually, I'll link the article so you can see the pictures for yourself. A red dog, $11,000. German Shepherd, 11. It's all 11s. It's all ones, so that's like what 11,111.11. Okay. Angel Dragon, 11,575. The custom Protogen head with full electronics, 15,200. Okay, that makes sense because that's got LEDs and shit, like also lights. Antonio Jackal, 15,600. How? Cross Fox, 15,000. Emmanuel Dog, 17,000. Primal Visions Cheetah, 17,000. And
Good lord.
the War number 1, the War Dragon, $23,500.
Bruh. I'm gonna spend 23 grand real quick. I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna buy a new car. Wink, wink. That's just I mean, hobbyists, man.
I mean, in fairness, we're Warhammer fans, so we can't judge, given we would blow like fucking fortune. Especially here in New Zealand, America, like Games Workshop prices are fucking insane. Like for a box of Intercessors, that is $115.
Yeah, animosity between England, Australia, and New Zealand. It's like they just go, yeah, we see you're from that area of the world. Double the price.
They're like, they got money, right?
I mean, as a country that's built off Lord of the Rings royalties, it kind of is our fault.
You guys are all hobbits.
Yep.
Have you ever seen that video of the guy that goes, I've seen Lord of the Rings 17 times and I don't know the plot. I just know the feet.
Jesus Christ.
He goes, Hobbit feet are my thing. Hobbit feet are what I'm about.
It's weird that he says Hobbit feet, considering I'm pretty sure Galadriel walks around barefoot. That would be at least more respectable, and that's saying something considering this is already about feet.
Well, when you watch an hour of porn, do you jerk off at the end?
What?
What?
That's what it is to this guy.
Oh god.
Just storyboard porn. He sees feet. Hobbit feet. Big feet. Hairy feet. Gets him going.
I fear that
I
man.
think this is a good place to wrap, guys.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Yeah,
we've gone too far.
perfect.
Remember, kids, wrap it before you watch the Lord of the Rings movies, or you too might bust to some fat feet.
Jesus Christ.
Goodbye.
See ya. See you next time.
See you next time.
Save yourselves.